The Pac-12, a Western institution and the Conference of Champions more than 100 years, and today we get to crown another. It's an intriguing matchup as these teams battle for this conference trophy and continue the proud legacy of this league. There's a lot more at stake than a championship trophy here today. There's playoff positioning and potentially just getting into the playoff on the line as well. So the stakes have never been higher. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Akron Zips, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Wyoming Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And they stop him short of the 25 there. Offense begins at the 22. First down here for this offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the mark.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play. The Zips will have to punt this one away.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. Third down, critical down and distance, do a good job of dialing things up, and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And he's out of bounds here on the return. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
They'll toss it to the right side. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
That's a football play right there. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And he drops back in the gun. Throws it to the right. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Explosive play, and the offense will set up now inside the 30-yard line.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, and puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. He's going to pull it down and run. He's swarmed by the defense.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
That's a design quarterback keeper. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Here comes a handoff. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field route, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First down, looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. Offense looking to throw the ball. The receiver makes the grab. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Boy, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Ball is free in the backfield. And the offense recovers the fumble.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
And he boots it out of bounds. Not very long. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. So Wyoming's offense gets back out onto the field. On the last possession, they passed up on a field goal attempt, but got stopped on 4th down. What can they do here? Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
He'll take a deep shot here. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. Sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
The pocket breaking down. Breaks loose at the 45. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. He's moving out of the pocket now. And the pass falls incomplete on the final play of the first quarter. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Trying to create outside the pocket now. On the move, looking deep. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Cowboys. This quarterback on fire today. Aren't you taught on defense, Kirk? Don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm going to pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right calls.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Here comes the Akron offense back out there. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. And it's incomplete. Even in a 1st down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, that one's picked off.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line. Give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. And here's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. They'll try the right side on the toss. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
The offense that time just trying to get the ball out in the perimeter, trying to find some space to be able to get their speed into. Pretty good job by the defense of slowing them down.
So here we go. 3rd down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. A quick throw out left, complete. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming. So still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the 1st quarter to establish the lead, the 2nd quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he'd left that one in the end zone. The Akron offense back out on the field now. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. And the quarterback keeps it here. Has the first down, is still going. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
Man, is this guy difficult to deal with or what? When your quarterback can just say, I am pulling this down and I am taking off myself on the option. He has that kind of speed. As a defense, all you can do is just say your prayers.
Ball handed off. He's found some room at the 45. And it's a huge chunk play. The tackle is finally made, but the ball moved to the 47-yard line.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball, pick up yards like this, really affects a team's mental psyche and their confidence. And we'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
That completion makes it second and medium. The back's got it. Powering through. They get him down, but the junior with an excellent run there.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I like what the offensive coordinator is trying to do here to try to keep the defense off balance by mixing up his play calling. But hey, you got to give the defense a lot of credit. They're not fooled at all on this play. Nice tackle for a loss here against the option.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Lets it fly to the wideout. He makes the grab. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
And the Zips line up with a first and goal. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he can't make it in, and defense forces him out at the 1-yard line.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Offense facing second and goal. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Zips.
Chris, we're still early in this football game. We're in the second quarter. It's a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
With the extra point, they're down 14-7 now. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So Wyoming's offense goes back out onto the field. They got off to a slow start, but they have been clicking lately. Can they build on this lead now in the second quarter? The shotgun running play call. Gets some space around the 30. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. Well, they finally corral him, but he was untouched at the line of scrimmage. Kirk just burst through a big crease.
I'm going crazy on my defense. Like you said, this guy was untouched. I don't know how they were able to finally catch up to him and bring him down, but there's no excuses at all from the defense after a play like that. Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? We go with a direct snap. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
Well, the defense coordinator this week, all week, telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game.
42 Spider.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that 3rd down play. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I really like the idea on 3rd down. I can kind of see the thought process there. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down. Sometimes that can work out. But the defense was just prepped and ready for it this time.
Here we go. 4th down. They'll try to run for it. And they've got him at the 5. Great run to set up scoring position here. The offense sets up the 1st and goal. He's going to hand this off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 7. The linebacker shifting around now. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. They'll try to power it in right up the middle. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
Well, he came close to putting this ball into the end zone, but he comes up short. Now we're looking at a 3rd and goal. Boy, the defense is digging in. The offensive line trying to get a good push. I'm curious to see if they try to run the football again here on 3rd and goal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
A little bit surprised here, Chris. I thought they might put the ball in the air here on 3rd and goal, but instead they run the football, keep it on the ground, and they get the touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. With the extra point, the lead is 14. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. The Zips offense comes back out onto the field now. It'd be a surprise if they took a risk here with the final seconds of the first half, backed up near their own end zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Bringing pressure. Finding some room at the 25. The ball is loose. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway. Touchdown, Wyoming. On the scoop and score. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point makes it 28-7. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And the kickoff will be returned. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. The offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Incomplete with 4 seconds remaining. Time for just one more play.
And you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
He's back to throw again on second down. Defense is coming after him. They can't come up with it there, and that's going to do it. Time runs out in the first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Zips will kick this away to get the second half going. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? In the clear at the 25. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
Boy, another nice game by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
Lets it go quickly. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
Will hand it off. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Their first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try the left side with a toss. The gain is just 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and 9 now.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And the junior able to get home with the sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial 4th down try. From the shotgun, drops back. Lets it go deep down the middle. Had all day to throw. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. A pop pass on the jet sweep.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And he'll set up to throw. Trying to extend the play. Scrambling around now, looking downfield. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Second down, we're going to throw it. And looking for a big play here. Trying to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's 3rd down.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't,
Could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Here comes the Akron offense back out there. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. He's running out of time here. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Catch is made down the middle. Breaks loose at the 40. And he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Akron.
Chris, how about that? A quick slant that goes for this many yards and a touchdown? That's what's so dangerous about this quarterback and wide receiver. Quarterback puts the ball right on the money, and by doing so, look at the receiver. Catches it in stride and has all that room to run after the catch for that touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They look to throw it here on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. They lost the receiver down there. He's got it for a big gain. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Nowhere to run up the middle.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Important second down play coming up.
Let's go.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They feed it to the back again and again. Nowhere to run. The running game has been smothered.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Looking right. This one caught. In a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. He's swarmed by the defense. Coming up, second down and goal. Quick throw misses his mark there, incomplete.
I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
So play number 7 on this drive is a third down and goal. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. How important was that touchdown, Kirk? It's now a 2-possession game here in the second half.
It's a great job of this offense with their execution and having situational awareness here in the second half. They now have, as you said, Chris, this 2-possession lead. They got a great chance to finish it off and get a win.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. The Akron offense back out on the field now. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver makes the catch. And the ball to the ground. And the defense has picked up the football going the other way. Touchdown, Wyoming. The defense...
Oh, my gosh. That looked like a great play. The receiver just drops the football. Clearly made the catch. The ball's on the ground, and how about the defense? Instead of just bouncing on it, they had the presence of mind to pick it up and go the other way for a touchdown.
So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. And he knocks through the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Not an ideal kickoff as it heads out of bounds. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. It's caught. Did he get a foot in? Yes, they say it's a catch, a big gain. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. First down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pass caught. Can he get in? And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. Wow, a 3rd pick tonight by the QB. Pass midfield. At the 30 now. Inside the 10. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Corey Averill, man. That's the reason why I took the job. I'm so happy for that guy. Oh, man.
And the point after is good. Now they get set to kick it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Off the play fake on first down. Fires it to the wideout. And he's got it. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. More than enough to pick up a first down. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Pressure coming, and they've got him again.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
So bad plays on first and second down puts them in a tough spot here. Third and very long. Looking to throw it deep. And he's intercepted for the fourth time tonight. He's got some room and some blockers here. So a great return following the pick. Finally able to get him down.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield.
Playing out of their mind this game.
Receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here the interception cost them.
So Wyoming's offense comes back out onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient, precise. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
On the double. Lasso.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. Not a very good boot. Sets up the offense in great field position. The Zips offense comes back out onto the field now. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Catch hauled in here over the middle. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. It's a quick grab. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that 3rd down catch.
Just a really good job by the corner here, recognizing this wide receiver screen. Because he was so quick to react, when the receiver makes the catch, he's right there to make that tackle.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. Breaking ankles with the spin move. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. So Wyoming's offense goes back out onto the field. Forced to punt last time, trying to add points, build the lead right here. And of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. Breaks loose at the 40. An explosive play. They finally get him down with the offense very near to the red zone. Just pounding away for another big gain, Kirk, you wonder if this defense is beginning to lose its will a little bit.
I think they are losing their will. You can tell by the way they're tackling. It's been a very impressive performance by this offense and by this running back. You got to believe they're just looking to add to this lead with yet another touchdown.
And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Offense now in the all-important red zone. Makes a quick catch. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
Well, the offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver. But there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. But how about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a third down.
Makes a quick grab. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
So now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit. Right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Getting set to kick off after extending the lead with a field goal. The offense knows they have a long way to go and not much time to get there. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Akron offense back out there. This has been a demolition, a monumental beatdown. Time to just put the controller down and walk away. Using his legs here. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking to scramble. And it's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood this scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
So second down after the incompletion. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And there's a deep throw with the clock winding down. And it's incomplete. He dropped it on the final play. Somehow that's a fitting ending for this offense. What a tremendous run these guys have had, and now they can call themselves conference champions. That's a tremendous achievement, but we have to wait and see what the committee decides to do and if they'll get an invite to the college football playoff. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
One. Where's the are we in bold? I don't know if I need to. I would need to advance one more time, right? Bold projections, yeah. It's not the real bracket. Arkansas State missed the playoffs? That is disgusting, bro. Arkansas State missed the playoffs. That is such a tragic, bro.